When I started creating content, one thing I struggled so much with was how to film my makeup content that it will show the details. Most body painters like me or beauty makeup artists, we struggle with the fact that after we're finished doing great makeup, we don't have a very proper video showing the details of the makeup look, just like this. I was filming this makeup and I decided to show you guys a behind the scene of how it looks when I am filming my content on my own and how I make this my content look very clean, very clear, and at the same time showing the details. Hi, I'm Creative Bemo. I'm a special effects, a body painter, and a beauty makeup artist, and also a content creator. So I'm going to be showing you how I set up my place, the behind the scene, how it looks like when I'm trying to film contents that show the details of the makeup look and get people asking me, what phone do you use? Okay, exposure time. I use my iPhone XR to film all my content. Every content, both the YouTube, the Instagram, the Facebook, the WhatsApp, or the Twitter, anyone, I use my iPhone XR. And as well, I actually use just two lights, a key light and a backlight. But this is how I do it. One thing I usually do when I want to start creating a content, if it's a body painting that has to do with so many props, I have to create those props a day before or 2 days before I start creating the content. Because if I do that, there's some things that do not dry down for days, so I have to let them prep before I start creating my content. Now let's say today I want to create a content. This is what I usually do. I wake up in the morning, definitely, because I like filming in the morning. It actually gives me so much energy, strength, because I just woke up from sleep. So I like filming in the morning. I go through my laptop, I check out what I am supposed to film. I start from the bed. I usually push my bed towards this way because most times my bed is on this side. I push my bed towards this way because I have a white wall behind me. And this is what I use as my white background to film any content. And I have this light right here. And this is my ring light, 22 inches. It's an RGB light, so it changes colors in different ways. And I have my key lights here, which is a Sute Photo 660 LED light. So I usually just place everything and place a tripod stand in front of me, and I sit on my bed to film every content that I want to create. The reason why I push this thing this way most times is because I want to angle my camera to the point that I do not have that place showing and more of the white door, which is actually aesthetically pleasing than every other thing at the back showing. I have a course I just launched and it is actually based on lighting setup, filming process, how to know where to choose the right background. It's more intense than this video. I just want to give a little tip of the behind the scene here. If that's what you're interested in, you can click on the link in the description box. I'm going to be dropping it right there. Next thing I usually do is I try to, since I film on my bed, and for example, I'm doing a process video, I put every product on my bed by laying a material which I won't mind getting stained. I put my product right there. Instead of me to stand up, go to where my product is, come back, and it's quite very frustrated. So when I do that, it helps me to just pick up the product and then do the makeup without moving up and down, which is going to stress out the makeup look and I won't get it right. So I have three places I usually film my content. Here, where my picture frame is, and a black backdrop. If you can watch my content on my YouTube, you will notice that some of my videos I use a black backdrop, I use a picture frame, and I use this white backdrop right now. Right. Next thing is I make sure that I put up all the lights in my house, which is so important because when you have so much light in the house, it's trying to affect the video. So you need to take control of the lighting that you want to use by just using two lights, the two lights you're working with. But if you have one light, that works perfectly fine. It's not a big deal, but you need to take control of the light you're working with. I have to take myself far away from the backdrop because it's going to cast shadows. If you go closer to the backdrop, you're going to have shadows on the wall. But if you go farther than the backdrop, it works perfectly fine. If you can remember, I said I sit on my bed while filming, and my bed is a 4x6 bed. Now imagine how far I am from the wall. So it's actually very good. And because if I go further, I'm going to be having that door showing. So I prefer that door showing than any other thing showing. So if you have a backlight, you can put a lamp at the back, which works perfectly fine. It is another source of light, and it also gives beauty to your videos. For example, a purple light, a blue, a black, without black light, a blue, a green, red, any color of light, you can put it at the back to add to the backlight, and that brings another aesthetics. If you have frames, put that. Frames are actually very good, but most times I always advise that you should put a black and white frames because you have more control over a black and white frames than colorful frames. Now, if you have a bookshelf, that works perfectly fine. Arrange your bookshelf clean, and then you'll have an easy control over your background. Before I sit down, I usually put my mirror in front of me. I have a mirror in front of me. It's a table mirror, and because this is the TV console, I have a mirror that I just place on the TV console, which helps me to see whether I am filming right or I am not filming right. So that's the reason why most times when I'm talking, I kind of do this mistake by looking at the mirror instead of looking at my frame, because I'm paying more attention on how is my video looking like. So please avoid that. That is really not good. If you have a mirror in front of you, that works very well. That is good. Very good. I usually put my light in front of me because I don't have a fill light. I just have a key light, and that works as a fill light and also a key light. So I don't have a diffuser, and as well, I do not have a softbox. So I just use this light to create my content. Sometimes I actually want to make myself the focus. I tend to tap on my screen and then reduce the light exposure depending on the makeup look I want to do. I don't usually do this for beauty makeup. I do this mostly for body paints because most body paints do not need excessive light. They need light control by reducing the exposure and making them the focus. I do not eat most times when I'm filming my content. Even if I spend 9 hours, 10 hours on this chair, on this bed, I do not eat, but I try to keep myself hydrated by drinking water often, because at some point you start having dizzy eyes, and that is not good because you tend to try and finish up the makeup look on time, and when you rush a look, trust me, there's always a difference than when you take your time to do it. I put up all my lights, sit down, click on my camera, make sure I'm in frame, and make sure that I am at the middle, because being in the middle is actually the best thing ever. Then I always have my laptop by my side, which I tend to look at either the reference on the makeup look I want to do, or rather the sound I want to use for the transition. In my course, I taught how to edit basic for great visuals, easy ways of editing something. You don't really need to do extra to get your videos clean and clear. For audio, most times I try to before I just got this mic. I wasn't using a mic before, but I tend to put up my fan or put my fan in the lowest. I do not have an AC in my house, but I have a standing fan. I try to reduce it to the lowest so that it could not be so much for me to control while I'm editing on CapCut. So this is the mic I use, a F15 wireless mic. This is the mic I use right now, and it is really good. I got it for about 16,000 naira. This wireless mic comes in two microphones. Yeah, this one I'm using right now, and then this one. It comes with this four, and it's like a filter. I really do like this four. It's like a dog's four. So nice. So it comes with a volume, low, high, and on. This mic is nice. TX mic. It has music connection and a louder place in case you're in a large hall or something. It comes with a cord. It has an iPhone USB and a Type-C USB. Good. So when you connect to this, it automatically turns green. So that is it for this mic. I really do like this mic. But if you cannot get the mic, you can just use a normal voice but reduce every sound in your house. Film my content most of the times. I always clean my camera. I use my back camera to film. I clean my camera using a baby wipes and also a cotton material like this singlet right now. This is what I use. I always clean my camera and a and it wipes. A baby wipes. A baby wipes is so good because it doesn't really bring out hairs. So I actually do like using a baby wipes to clean my camera. And I always put myself in the middle, like I said, clean my camera. So yeah, CapCut is my edit app. That is the app I use to edit, and I do pay for standard because free version have a limitation on what to export on. Pro has a lot of feature that I do not usually use, so why pay for something that you do not use? Most times when I want to create most of my content, I want to do scary looks. I try to come out from this door because I have more control over this side of the door than every other part in the house. Most times I use my reflector to film. This is my reflector. It comes in gold and it comes in silver. So this is how I make good use of it. I just place it underneath here. It lifts my face and casts the light to my face from the down instead of just like this. And if I want to go gold, I just bring so much warmth to my face. And yeah, this is also very affordable. I got this from Temu for about 3,000 something naira or 4,000. It's really quite affordable. It's just a very small reflector and it works very, very well. So most times when I want to film a content, I check out the clothes I want to use, whether it's the color, especially whether it is purple, green, blue, black. I always like using a black. If you notice from my content, I like using a black because I have more control over the black color, and a black actually doesn't disturb the video, and unlike white actually does disturb the video. So I use a black backdrop. I'm going to show you. I go through the picture frame and do that. I film my content anytime I'm going to film from the top. It is actually very nice. But if you want to know more, definitely this video is just to show a tip of the iceberg. But if you want to know more, you need to check out this my course, which I'll be dropping in the description. It is actually very good. It is more intense. It's just showing you how to place the light, how to make sure that your light is lit, how to so many things are in the course, honestly. So if you want to do that, click on the link and it's going to take you straight to the course, and then you get the course and elevate your content. One thing that I do that many people do not know is that when I come to film, I always try to moisturize my skin. Please moisturize your skin. It shouldn't be dried. Come on, moisturize your skin. Wear yourself baby oil or body oil. Please try to moisturize your skin. You do not need to lose crank or cracked on screen. Please always moisturize your skin. So I always use moisturizer down to my body, and most time people compliment my skin. But it's not just the skin because I moisturize it. I just had to make it look good. So you can do that as well. This is the camera setting I used for my content and my pictures. I go to settings, look for camera, click on camera. And camera takes you to where you can set up your camera to look good. Record videos, I use 4K at 30 FPS. You have to update your iOS. Please try to update your iOS. 4K at 30 FPS works very pretty well for me. The rest of the things here, I turn them off. I do not need them. Record slow-mo. I don't record anything in slow-mo. I don't even like slow-mo. That's the funny thing. For the record sound, so stereo is good, better than mono, and I allow audio playback. Formats, for format I use high efficiency. I like high efficiency. It works pretty well for me, and that's what I've been using to film all my content. Preserve setting. So preserve setting, I usually turn on my camera mode. I turn off control menu, creative controls, deep control, live photo. I turn off. I don't really like live photo. I turn off my use volume off for boost. I turn on my scan QR codes. So please turn it on. So if you use grid, turn on grid. Actually, turn on level, mirror, front camera. So turn on your prioritize faster shooting. Turn it on. Smart HDR. Turn it off. Please turn off smart HDR. It's not really cool. Just turn it off, please. keep normal photos. So I just turn on keep normal photos and it works pretty well for me. So that brings us to the end of behind the scene. I hope you actually saw how I create all my amazing looks behind, and all you guys see is just the beauty ones or just the arranged version online, and that is actually good. So thank you. And please, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, subscribe, because I do a lot of amazing makeup looks and I love sharing my knowledge with people. If there's something you love and learning things, knowing how to do things, knowing how this girl achieved this guy achieved that, I think you should subscribe to this channel, like this video, and ring the bell so that anytime I drop a new content, you are the first person to know. So thank you guys. Mwah. Bye.